Sorry for not posting. I was playing around because I was bored. Anyway, thanks for 164 subscribers. I will be doing a Q&A because I'm bored. I forgot that Aaron's and Sarah's birthday today, so happy birthday anyway. On to the video.
Give me your answer. I felt crazy all for the love of you. It would be a stylish marriage. I can't afford a carriage. But you look sweet upon the seat of a bicycle built for two.
Creepiest TikToks Part 1.
I've been getting a lot of questions about my dog Cracker. He's half Cocker Spaniel and Australian Shepherd. I rescued him. He's from Japan. Do you want a tree? Yeah?
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
There is a creepy lost episode of Barney that a father swears he caught his kids watching. One day he was looking at the TV guide when he saw that it said a lost episode of Barney was going to air at 7 p.m. He asked his kids if they wanted to watch and they said yes. They all sat down to watch it and the theme song started playing, but something wasn't right about it. It almost sounded like the song was being whispered. The episode started as it usually did, the kids holding the Barney doll that suddenly comes to life. But when Barney started talking, he sounded slightly weird. It sounded like two people people were talking at once. His normal voice and one that sounded darker and scarier. And suddenly he said,
"Hi kids, today I'm going to talk to you about death."
So one of the kids asked him,
Barney, what's death?
He then chuckled and said,
"This is."
with his face suddenly turning angry, his teeth growing long, and then he eats the child. And then he proceeds to chase all the other children around trying to eat them throughout the rest of the episode. And then at the very end of the episode, he sang the I Love You song as if nothing happened, so love.
Yeah, you got me begging, begging.
This is why you should never use a red crayon. This is about a creepypasta called The Crayons. A married couple who had just returned from their honeymoon decided to buy a house. And one day the husband was walking down the hall when he spotted a red crayon lying on the floor. Now the couple didn't have any children, so they wondered where this crayon had come from. The next day the husband came home from work to find another red crayon lying in the same spot. He was very puzzled and decided to ask his wife about it. She told him that every day since they first moved into the house, she had been finding red crayons when she was cleaning, and they were always lying in the same spot at the end of the hallway. So he tapped on the wall at the end of the hallway and heard a hollow sound. Curious, he began peeling off the wallpaper, and behind the wallpaper he found a pair of sliding doors. They were nailed shut, so he had to open them one by one, and then he opened the doors to reveal a small hidden room. Looking inside, they saw that the walls of the little space were covered in words scribbled in red crayon. Over and over were the words, "Mommy, I'm sorry, let me out. Mommy, I'm sorry."
Yeah, you got me begging, begging, baby, please don't.
Here are some extremely disturbing things that happened on the set of The Wizard of Oz. So you know that scene where it's snowing and they all fall asleep in the poppy field? The snow that was used was actually asbestos, which is a toxic chemical and literally should not be touched or inhaled. They used to put it in old houses when they were being built because they didn't know how harmful it was. And today, if people are removing asbestos from buildings, they have to wear masks and full body safety suits. Next, we have an accident that happened to Toto. Toto was stepped on during shooting, and they had to replace her with a doggy double for 2 weeks of filming while she recovered from her injuries. So she ended up being okay in the end, but that's horrible. The Wicked Witch wore copper-based green makeup that was dangerous to ingest, but the makeup gave her severe skin burns during the scene where she leaves Munchkinland in a blast of smoke and fire. And the Tin Man's aluminum-based makeup caused an infection in Jack Haley's eyes. So there were so many issues on this set, but honestly, I still love the movie.
Warning, if you get scared very easily, this video is probably not for you. This is one of the scariest girls in the world, and this is why. So I'm sure a lot of you know about the movie The Orphan, right? Well, it was based on true events, which makes it even more creepier. This is the real girl who pretended to be an orphan. She was a 33-year-old grown woman who had a disability that made her look like a child. So she acted like one and got adopted to these two sisters who were schizophrenic. She was so psychologically messed up that she literally convinced the sister to torture her own sons. Long story short, the cops found out what was going on. They came and arrested the two sisters and saved the boys. But then, this is when it gets super creepy. That's when the cops found her crying near the boys and thought that she was a child too, and sent her back to an adoptive home, where she went missing. No one knows where she's at.
Alright, so the next creature by Trevor Henderson that I wanted to talk about is called Longhorse. Now, Longhorse is actually said to be a hero and not a villain. Longhorse appears to be a creature that has a horse skull without a jaw for a head. Its pale neck appears to be infinitely long, with some pieces of a black mane hanging all over the neck. Now, what's creepy is that every time it moves its neck, it makes a cracking noise, and his neck bends like a finger, allowing it to create as many joints as it wants. So its neck doesn't move like a normal animal's neck. It literally like bends in like weird ways and cracks. And a really weird fact about Longhorse is that people say he smells like cinnamon, which is very interesting to me. An ancient cave painting has also been found of the Longhorse around 3 humans. It is revealed that Longhorse has been around since ancient times. And if you look at this old cave drawing, it depicts that this Longhorse is almost like the human's protector. He's supposed to be completely harmless and actually warns humans of impending danger. If a human hears a neck crack or sees the long neck of this creature, the message is that a disaster will occur. So he literally comes to you to warn you if something bad is gonna happen. Kind of like how people say that seeing a crow on your property means something bad is gonna happen. It's the same thing with the long horse. Even though he's not an evil creature, you're not in luck if you see him. Another kind of cute fact about him, I know it's not like cute, but to me it's kind of cute because he goes up to people and actually offers them gifts like apples. And that's how he sort of shows his affection towards you. But what's strange is that if you yourself offer Longhorse an apple, as you give it to him, the apple will turn black and will like fall apart in your hands. And that means that he's accepted the gift. Longhorse can enter people's dreams. And if you stare at his neck for far too long without looking away, it would eventually crumble into dust. So if you literally stare at Longhorse for too long, he will literally just disintegrate. But apparently that doesn't kill him. He'll literally just come back just fine. But it's strange how that happens. And apparently Siren Head and Longhorse are aware of each other's existence, probably because they are complete opposites. One is a villain, one is a hero, and they probably don't like each other at all.